Hoodie Guy coming back here with another one. Well, you can see the hash rate. It's been down there since April 7th, under 1 exahash, kind of hanging in there, the 800, 900 petahash range. Obviously, when you check out the month, you can see that it's been a downtrend. Less compute power on the network, the price down, so not as profitable, or the gap between profitable for people. So whether it's some people doing maintenance, more people just going offline until the price goes back up, that's remains to be seen. Every day is a day closer to the hard fork, 10 blocks per second, so that's going to be cool. It's on the horizon. The Kaspa TC chart, to me, that's the only chart that really matters, because you can see since the 7th, so when the hash rate started going down on the 7th, we started making gains against Bitcoin. And so that's the only thing that matters, since fiat currency is getting devalued. It's probably best, you want to go look back and see that October, November of 2023 is when Kaspa made its high with Bitcoin. So you need it to go back above that, otherwise you'd be better off holding Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens once altcoin season comes. I don't know. Maybe this will turn into a trade war, and this will turn into a bear market. For me personally, I still think that the top for this cycle is not in. Maybe it gets pushed into next year. I don't know. I don't know the future. I'm not a big trader. I'm pretty much a buy, hold for a while, sell kind of if I can, somewhere near the cycle top. I did send my wife some Kaspa, like 10,000 Kaspa, 10,000 Cardano. When Cardano was like $1.06, she said, I want to sell some. So we sold 1,000 ADA. But outside of that, I've just been buying. And so I say you can see the Pi cycle top indicator, more divergence between the orange line and green line. And so I don't think the top's in. I know Nate, he watches some of these videos. He's mad that all the influencers weren't saying sell the top back in the end of December, early November, or early January. But I don't think this cycle top's in. I'm just doing what I'm doing, and I have more my portfolio on Bitcoin than Kaspa. It doesn't mean I don't believe in Kaspa. It's just for my risk tolerance. That's where I'm at. I have people watching. Some are Kaspa maxis, all in on Kaspa. Some people have a smaller percentage of Kaspa. We're all over the map. For me, for my risk tolerance, that's where I'm able to do. I feel pretty good with my Kaspa bag. And for me, having more in Bitcoin is just better for my mental health. You can see, I guess, inflation went down. It's a roller coaster. You can see yesterday, it's a roller coaster. You can see yesterday, Trump said this is a great time to buy DJT. And then obviously, the market seemed to overreact, I think, to the news of the 90-day pause on all tariffs except for China. It actually increased to China to 125%. My business imports, and some people don't realize it's the importer that pays. So I import our product from China, and so we're going to have to, his first term, we went from 3% to 28%. Now we're looking like it could be up to 125%. We have an order in the process with our factory. It's not so easy. The United States doesn't have infrastructure, doesn't have the workforce. There's a lot of places struggling to find workers in the United States, and China has a large workforce in Western China in small villages that are fine to go and work behind a sewing machine. I've been to our factory. It's not not childs there, not children working, but it's people that are willing. It's cool for them to sit behind a sewing machine for 12 hours. You'd be hard pressed to find that many people in the United States. Out here on the West Coast, it seems like $17 is pretty much minimum wage. Minimum wage is under that, but a lot of places I've seen, like Taco Bell and stuff, hiring over minimum wage. And so the workforce is not there in the United States. Infrastructure is not there. Some people will shift manufacturing. So you're a small guy like us that can't move very quickly, or you're a big guy where Apple has big cities basically built in China building stuff. So it takes time. Eventually, maybe they shift it back. Most likely, India might be the target, and then just increase their production in India for Apple. But trade wars, it's who knows right now. We don't know, is this going to be something? I think the only thing that really matters is what's going on between the United States and China. Those are the two largest economies, And so an extended trade war there will be bad for the market. It's cool, that they paused all the other tariffs for 90 days, but in the end, I think it comes down to what's going to happen with the United States and China. If they can come to some agreement, then I think the market will be back on. If they don't, then this phase of the market will be extended even longer, and just don't know what's going to happen there. China's got some struggles in their economy, but when you look at the map, China has, I guess, is more countries trading partners now, number one trading partners than the United States. When you look 20 years ago, it was the other way around. So we'll see how it shakes out. It was nice to get the pump yesterday. Who knows what happens? Some negative news. Who knows if it's market manipulation or what some of these games that they're playing. But just got to enjoy the ride and let me know. Do you think the cycle tops in? I personally don't, and that's what I'm doing. But everyone's playing their game. Then Nate was talking about it, and he sold. I guess a good time. For me, when I sell, I have to pay capital gains, so that's always a factor too. If I sell a local top, and personally, I think that the cycle is going to keep going. I think that eventually, if this trade war goes on or something, they're going to have to print a bunch of money, and the big companies, like everything will get more expensive in the United States, and Walmart, Amazon, everything will get way more expensive if this trade war really goes out further. So it'll really hit Americans in the pocketbook. Americans will travel less, so people in Europe that have destination sites for American tourists, they'll have less tourists and stuff. So there's lots of ripples. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.